This is City Stand, of course. It's a program where the opinions of people matter. I welcome you to a brand new week, a brand new day. All right, my respondents are here and uh, they are ready to dissect important issues with us this morning. I can see in the comment section some viewers, they are already saying hi to us this morning, but I'll be coming to the comment section very, very soon. Appreciation to all our esteemed viewers on the platform, those who have been supporting us. We say a big thank you to you for being there, for being consistent on this platform in terms of your support. Thank you so much. May God continue to bless you. May God replenish your account and pocket. All right, today's edition, what do we have? December 22, 2025. Yeah, just a few days to Christmas. About 3 days, right? 3 days to Christmas. 3 days. Wow. Hope you are preparing. Are you preparing for your Christmas? Gentle? Are you preparing for it?
Morning. No special preparation. We thanking God for seeing another Christmas. We celebrate according to the grace of God upon our life. So, are you preparing as well?
Yeah, I'm preparing. And one of our esteemed viewers, an anonymous viewer, has made it a beautiful Christmas. He has made Christmas a beautiful one by providing chicken for us.
Yes.
So we bought it. Every members of the platform will be picking their own chicken for the Christmas. We say a big thank you to you, anonymous viewer in the United States of America. Thank you so much for this great support. And to King Gary, who blessed us last week, was it on Saturday, Friday? We say a big thank you to King Gary. May God continue to bless you. May God continue to support you in all your endeavors. Also to Mrs. Tina, who has been supporting us for about 6 months or so. Yeah, over 5 months. Yeah. So we say a big thank you to you for your consistency. Thank you so much. There's nothing we can say. And to just keep thanking them. Yeah, thanking them. And to Mrs. Clara, who also has been there for us for over many months now. We say a big thank you to you too. We appreciate you. Bukola Ashibebe, we had a discussion yesterday. Good morning to you, Mrs. Bukola Ashibebe. That was a very great conversation with you. All right, to our viewers in Netherlands, say a big thank you to the viewers in India, UK, Australia, Sydney, Poland, Brazil, many countries all over across the globe. We say a big thank you to all of you. All right, what do we have on papers this morning? Okanlomo of Yorubaland. I know there are reactions to this, and we shall be looking at it this morning. Alaafin of Oyo has conferred the title of Okanlomo of Yorubaland on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son, Seyi Tinubu. Yeah, a whole lot of dignitaries attended that event. They were present, the likes of the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Senator Daniel, yeah, he was also there. Wale Edun, the Finance Minister, and other dignitaries. Even Minister of Power Minister Adebo, yeah, he was also the son that we saw again from Oyo, so he was also present at the event. That was a very great occasion. All right, to the Nigerian Tribune Super this morning in Yuletide, DHQ. Police orders deploying more men in strategic locations. You can go to page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune Super to see this. And there's a latest development coming from security agents. Army kills 21 terrorists, intercepts logistics in Borno. That's a very good one. We need to applaud them. We need to appreciate their effort. Army kills 21 terrorists, intercepts logistics in Borno. We will move down to page 27 of the Nigerian Tribune. Remaining abducted Niger school students will regain freedom. Wow. That's a good one, right? That's a good news. All right, why Nigerians banking giants are buying more shares to secure power profits. This is on page 13 of Nigerian Tribune. So far, we move down to what Mr. Vincent complained about this morning. Gridlock in Lagos State, not just in Lagos State, in Nigeria. It took place along the Lokoja Abuja Road yesterday as well. But Vincent said along that. This my two axes. It was a total lockdown.
It was a total lockdown. I was stuck in that traffic for over 4 hours, going to 5 hours, on which I had another engagement that I ought to have made myself present. I couldn't just make it as a result of that lockdown. And there's nothing I can say. I believe that it cannot be unconnected with party buying and the unity, so to say. I think our security forces or institutions, they can do better by making our roads freer. This is a time for us to enjoy ourselves and get ourselves relief of all those stress and bodies associated with Christmas and office, all our areas of engagement over the months. I think in this time and hour, I think we need to just get ourselves relieved by having the system working and making sure that we really relax and have that relaxation to the full.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Vincent. All right, good luck on major roads. Travelers stranded for hours. This is on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. Lamentation on Lokoja, Abuja, Benin, Sabah, Lagos Island roads. No more traffic flow restored, says Minister for Works as Umai Dave. All right, proceed to Old National Convention in March. Releases timetable for World Local Government State Zonal Congresses. Now we move to 2026 budget allocation for education below UNESCO World Bank benchmark. Dangote Refinery launches nationwide PMS sale at 739 naira per liter. We move down to the Vanguard newspaper, which is the last paper I'll be reading this morning. On AFCON opening ceremony. Yeah. Nigeria's Davido and French Montana of Morocco are performing the new AFCON soundtrack live at the opening ceremony at Prince Moulay Abdullah Stadium, Rabat, Morocco, yesterday. That was a great one, a great performance from Davido by Davido. And the last one, mixed outlook at Christmas, lower food costs, high livestock prices. Lower food costs, high livestock prices. Remaining 130 abducted Niger pupils released. This is on page 32 of the Vanguard newspaper. We say a big thank you for joining us this morning. Of course, you're watching City Stamp. You don't need to be told that it is important to hear the opinions of people. The views of the viewers matter. Now to Okanlomo story. We need to read it. Let us see what happened there yesterday. Seyi Tinubu, son of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has been installed as the Okanlomo of Yorubaland by Abimbola Owoade, the Alaafin of Oyo. The installation took place on Sunday at the Alaafin's Palace in Oyo Town, Oyo State. Tinubu, an entrepreneur, has been involved in business and youth-focused initiatives, and as in recent years accompanied the president on a number of official and political engagements. His wife, Laya Tinubu, was also conferred with a chieftaincy title at the ceremony as she was installed as the Yeye Okanlomo of Yorubaland, not of Odua land, of Yorubaland. So what's the difference between Odua land and Yorubaland? Femi, why have I called you? Why are you?
No, I want to say the two things. But they're asking questions. What is the difference between?
All right. Also conferred with a chieftaincy title at the event was Abdul Aziz Yari, a former Zamfara governor and senator representing Zamfara West, who was installed as the Okanlomo of Yorubaland. Dignitaries who attended the ceremony included Godswill Akpabio, Senate President, Benga Daniel, Senator representing Ogun East Senatorial District, and members of the House of Representatives led by Benjamin Kalu, the Deputy Speaker, other politicians, and influential people in the country. Blah, blah, blah.
The road traffic was in southwest.
Okanlomo of Yorubaland. Femi, you said you wanted to tell us the difference between Odua and Yoruba.
What happened is that the word Yoruba, when you hear the word Yoruba, that is where Oyo Empire control. That's where Oyo land expands to. So, but at a particular time, the whole Yoruba, the whole land of Odua adopted the word Yoruba land. Before it was not Yoruba, but it is that name that is so popular. So they adopted it. But when you hear something Okanlomo of Odua land, you know the source is from Ife. So Odua represents the whole land everywhere, including Ife and Oyo, because it's the father, it's the source. But when you hear Oyo land, it's limited to all this Ibadan. If up to Iwo, yes, Iwo, and on all the every other place, including Ede. When you hear Yoruba land, including Ede, because the founder of Ede is from Oyo. So when you hear all those kind of a thing, you know that they are talking about all those lands controlled by Oyo. So that's the difference.
What do you have to say, Mr.
I think the what Oyo monarch, the Alaafin of Oyo, is trying to establish that. He's trying to establish that when he was having the foray, when he was making advancements, when he was conquering, areas, that was able to establish Oyo Empire. Of course, he was able to subdue other Yoruba land and bring them under his control, under his leadership, under his rulership, under his emperor status. He even went beyond past Yoruba land to some outside country like Benin Republic, Dahomey, and the rest. It was that conquest. That's why maybe I don't know. Maybe what I'm saying is in agreement with what is my first speaker said. That conquest, I mean, achievement he was able to make that time over some parts, not entire Yoruba land, was only able to conquer some Yoruba land, parts of Yoruba land, and extension outside Nigeria. That what we had as Oyo Empire, it was that mindset was still holding on to. But if you talk of Odua, he is part of Odua, is under Odua, So that's where whatever he says has been appointed and who does not speak entirely for the whole race called Yoruba. Yes, so it's just limited to the former colony where he was able to achieve under Oyo Empire.
All right, away from that, just of recent, the First Lady, President Tinubu, was conferred with the title of Yeye Odua. Abi?
Yes.
Yeye Odua. And just yesterday, the President's son, Seyi Tinubu, was also conferred or installed as Okanlomo of Yorubaland. Two great Yoruba monarchs, conferring titles on same family. I'm not sure if it's not gave birth to.
No, it's not. It's not a biological mother.
No, what are these kings trying to do? There has been this long-standing issue of battle of supremacy. Yeah,
I understand what
between Oni of Ife and Alaafin of Oyo. Why now? The first person that did that, conferred that title, is Oni of Ife. And yesterday, Alaafin of Oyo did that.
It's continuation of game of rivalry between Alaafin and the Oni. And when you look at it, both of them, they share, I think Remi is alumni of OAU, if I'm not mistaken. So it's very close to Oni, and he has been doling out a lot of things to Ife. I could remember, I think he donated about 27 buses for OAU. So the relationship between Oni and Remi was so cordial. And it's a matter when we talk about the rivalry, you'll be looking for relevancy. So before you can relevant, you need to close to the corridor of power. So since Oni has taken Tinubu, then Alaafin also
let me
look
take
for
it.
so and when you look at their age,
took Tinubu's wife, the other one took
Tinubu's
son.
son. So and when you look at I mean the age of this Alaafin and Seyi sef, you see that their age may not be too far from each other. So as I think even I don't know how what the different age difference between Alaafin and Ooni, but when you look at all these three people, they are young guys that they can easily relate.
So who is at the favor or mercy of the president? Is it the person that took the conferred title on his wife, or the one that conferred title on his
Mr. Mike, you see the problem that see as Yoruba man, I can be bold to say it. The problem with Alaafin is that the old empire he had is no longer in existence. Oyo empire is long dead. There's nothing like Oyo empire any longer. Is there any Oyo empire again? Other local government chairman can remove him. It's other local government chairman. So this conquest, of course, we know you had a foray into conquering regions outside Nigeria, outside Yorubaland. This is long over. It's dead. It's no longer in existence. The only territory that's still in existence now is the Owoade land, which is being headed by Ooni. So all this, I was once a champion, a generalismo. I was one time a conqueror of some parts of Yorubaland and some other parts of the country. And of course, yes, there was records about that. I did this in my secondary school, so I knew about it. But it's long gone. If you are talking of Owoade now, if you are talking of Yoruba entity, the only person that will recognize it that will represent is Ooni, not you. So why do you say Yoruba nation? Why do you say Yoruba nation?
saying he doesn't have the right to
you see, the empire he was laying claim onto is long dead.
Nobody's talking about empire.
You are
talking about the title.
See, Mr. Mike, that's the basis for him to
Who is at the mercy of the president or the favor of the president? It seems this the traditional institution has been politicized.
Yeah,
that's where I'm trying to.
Okay.
So who is going to favor between the two?
Both of them are laying claim to some heritage. The heritage of I was once a conqueror of vast part of Yorubaland to spending my foray outside Yorubaland to Benedict Omiako. Then
all this about 2027 election.
Yes, but
sorry.
What really happened is this. All what you are tracing is history. That Michael Adekunle, you know your history. Nobody can erase the history that you have worked in a place before.
Yes.
And nobody can erase it that you are once, you are alumni of NID. So all those on their history. Now, go to Oyo State, go to Oyo town. It's not all this Yoruba land that are under the conquest. Some of this Yoruba land, Oyo is claiming, it is the Oyo that established it, not that they are under conquest. You cannot conquer your son. Like Chimiagbale of Ede was, the founder of Ede was a chief of staff to Songo. So Oyo don't need to conquer Ede. Ede is the son to Oyo. Like Iwo, somebody that established Iwo also have relationship with Oyo. There's nothing anybody can do. Ibadan, we still remain, a son to Oyo. When Oyibo came, when they asked Ibadan, who is your father? They point to Alaafin. Unfortunately, Alaafin lost his territory in that place, but that does not, erase the history that Oyo gave back to all of them. So if Alaafin Oyo now say, I give title to somebody and I call it the Yoruba land, there is nothing wrong with that one.
But does he merit it?
Who? Seyi. When you talk about merit now, Seyi merit it. Don't forget about the fact that he's now in the corridor of power. The man has been, doing himself, a great job. He has always helped his father, and I don't know much about his business, but Okanlomo of Oyo is somebody that has influence. They will give that kind of chieftaincy. And what makes somebody to deserve that kind of chieftaincy title is your wealth, your activities, when they make King Wasa and Dave, you see, what did they make him at Oyo State? It's something everybody see that he merited. So he say, does he merit it? He's merited.
But would he have attracted same attention if Seyi were not Tinubu's son? President's son.
Well, Seyi is riding on this. Seyi is
dignitaries that grace that occasion.
yes. So Seyi, yeah, that
attracted same attention.
you may not. They may give okay when they were crying Wasiu Ayinde in Oyo, you cannot see dignity like that too. So Seyi rides on the popularity of his father, and Yoruba will say Olabata lo modo so Olababa omo lo momo yo. So since he has been able to do that, I don't. It's not only Seyi that is Tinubu's son now, but you can see that Seyi's name is, I mean, it's more louder. I mean, than you ring bell than anybody. So there's nothing we can do about it.
And is it that we don't have other people that you can confer that title in Yorubaland?
Mr. Mike, Mr. Mike, will you please allow me to just divide this on the what Mr. Femi said? Alaafin.
Can you go straight to my question?
Okay. All right. What's the question? Remind me again, sir. Sorry.
I think what Olagide. I know what is I know how to see. That is when Olagide. Before he arrest me. No.
From Ogun State.
He's from Ghana.
Okay. Let me answer your question.
No, continue.
Okay. Let me answer your question. Let me know to answer the question. He's not the only person that deserves that kind of title. It can always be given. Anybody can be picked and be honored by Alaafin or whatsoever, or such a high-profile monarch of traditional person in Yorubaland. But the issue is that why will you appeal to them if they just pick any person on the street? What political clout? What the prestige? How will you link them to seat of power? They want to pick somebody who is at seat of power, who is very close, who they can benefit from. If they come and pick him to family, I pray God will raise him beyond this level he is. They will not gain anything too much. But if they pick person like Seyi Tinubu, the father is a link between Alaafin and the father. Alaafin can just pick his phone and call Seyi, please I want to see your president. He will link him with the president, his father. So they are doing it for their political, social, economic, whatever reason you may call it.
He will link him with his father.
Of course, as one of his chiefs. The monarch is calling his chief. He is a chief now. He's a chief. But yes, a chief now, but the social chief, not high chief, the social chief. Because those are titles that was gotten by, they are only for social means. They are social title, not really high chief of the town. No, heritage by your heritage. So you can always link the president with the monarch. You can always prepare. You can always get the attention of Mr. President for the monarch whenever he needs it. Now that you allow me to say what I wanted to say before, you see, Alaafin also conquered some parts of Yorubaland. And why the conquest came about was that when those towns were no longer paying tribute to him, now took up the ideology of conquest, even now to fight and conquer them. So it's not only those towns he established by himself. That's just where I'm going. Inside only the town he established. Not only those towns that were established by Oyo, but those towns that were also conquered when they refused to continue to pay tribute to him. So it's included. So that's just area I'm saying. So like your question I said they won't just pick anybody. They will pick somebody that can be available to them. They can make them have access to power to get goodies of the country. Just be them in position of authority so that they can always command. They can always say they are highly connected. They can call Mr. President because his son is the chief. So that just
all right. In the comment section, viewers saying that the people you are interviewing do not know history. They are distorting it.
okay.
It covers entire Southwest and Ghana, Benin, and Togo.
I don't know what the guy is talking about.
Lookman on this.
Let me tell you, when we talk of history in Yoruba, history of Yoruba land, to some extent, I know some. So, and I'm not stand here to say what I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that all those territories, it's not that Oyo conquered all of them. That there are some that Oyo established. It's not what I said. And that's what I said. That even when we talk of conquered, the Oyo need to conquer Ilorin before Alimi. If not that Alimi took Ilorin away from Oyo and sold this to Fulani. Ilorin was a part of land of Oyo. That's the truth of the matter. Ibadan was part of land of Oyo. And before we now talk of conquest, Oyo don't need to conquer Ibadan because Ibadan was already, I mean, their son. Which son we go? Which father we go and conquer his son? And he will say, "I'm doing conquest." Despite all the conquest for Oyo, can he enter Ife? How can you conquer your father? You can't conquer your father. So I don't know what the man is trying to say in that place, that we don't know history. So if you know history,
we
so
know.
just
We don't know everything. We know past.
yes.
All right, GOA says, and why can't they pick Kunle behind you there? Please. All right, we move down. We move on. Yoruba no conquer Cameroon and South Africa. Okay, conquered. See, GOA.
No, my aim
This
is
is comedy. Yeah. All right. Away from that, let's quickly talk about the freedom. This is important. And then the abducted children of Niger State,
Oh, Niger.
St. Mary's Catholic Church.
okay.
They've been released. About 100 children were released a few weeks ago, and recently we have about 130, making 230 students. Why did it take too long for the government to get them released, despite heavy security projects?
What really happened is this. Let me first of all congratulate, I mean, the parents of those pupils. But this kind of a news is something that we should celebrate, and at the same time deliberate on it. That when you hear the word release all the time, it's only release you hear. You will not hear something like those kidnappers have been arrested or neutralized. It's only release. So it's telling us that there is much to this thing. That means they pay ransom. Because you don't know the process of the release. And then if okay, the word rescue will have been more, I mean, be a bit something we want to think. So okay, that okay, they go there, they rescue them with the help of a gun or something. But released, that release sound like they give all those people, they give them power, they give it as if they are gods that abducted somebody, and they said they release them as if, I don't know, that word, the word release, give these people more authority over federal government. Make our federal government to be weaker to them, so they can still just stand up tomorrow and go and kidnap another 500, and our government will still be running sketa to go and secure their release. Why would they abduct them in the first place? So it make mockery of everything. This word release, instead of me to be celebrating it, it make me worried more. Yes.
Okay, why is the government silent on these critical details? Femi just said it now. Were they released due to pressure, due to military pressure, or due to ransom payment? Why?
Mr. Mike, as far as issue of human life is concerned, it's not replaceable. Once a harm has been done, it has been done, cannot hold it back from being done. These terrorists have been successful to have arrested or to have kidnapped some people. Already achieved that success already. Captives already in their custody, in their captivity. So as far as I'm concerned, I value the life of the captives more than using anyhow method to go for them. Because if my son, my child is among them, I'll be careful. I'll be careful of the method I will use. Now that it's not that the government is coward or the government doesn't know how to go out and confront the terrorists, in their heart. That's because of doing that. What sense will it make if you now lose some of the captives? You recover some are dead. You recover some alive. You recover the corpses of some. How will that allow the parents to flee? So once the life of human beings is already involved in a necessary act that has been successfully done, that means you must explore caution. If Mr. Mike, I'm saying and I mean it, if ransom is what you must pay to secure their life, secure them alive, you better pay it and secure them alive and let their family not to put them in sorrow. Because there's no point. Because you cannot tell me you are showing brand big handage. You can't tell me you are flexing muscle. Want to prove you are strong. You go into the den where captives, where terrorists are captured captive. You now go into shooter with them. You kill some. You brought back up to me as my God forbid. To me, say, we are sorry. Your child we lost him in an attempt to rescue him. It's that you should make meaning. So if there's anything you can do They say you stoop to conquer. When you stoop, it doesn't mean you are stupid, Mr. Mike. If a woman can say you stoop to conquer, that means you play, you mellow down for some things, you sacrifice some things. That's sacrifice. If not the sacrifice you have to pay to get those people alive, get them out alive, it better pay. It's okay to get those children back alive than to go and kill them. So yes, nobody is supporting paying ransom, but if that's the one they can do, bring them alive. Yes, our security system have been fraudulent, have been inactive, has not been supportive. It has not been delivering to our expectation. That does not mean that when we are now in a critical situation of losing life, we should be all out in a competition way. No. What I will now say is that let government begin to increase the security system so that they will be tracking these people. Whenever they pick them up, engage them, eliminate them. But in a situation where they have successfully captured some people, have captured their custody, please let that set softly and release those captives alive than to get them released as corpses, as dead bodies. That's my position on that.
All right, away from that, I don't know if this story I'm seeing on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper is just a temporary illusion or a real economic relief. Lower food costs, high livestock prices in Nigeria during the daily time. The bag of rice has reduced, garri has reduced, beans reduced, but ram, fowl, chicken, they are all up.
Why? You see, me too, I'm deliberating on it that for the first time I experienced the price of food, dropping drastically during elections. Is it because people cannot afford to, even if people cannot afford to buy it, sometimes it doesn't mean that the price will be dropping. But I think it's a good sign that the price of food is dropping. But when we talk of livestock will not breed here alone. You know, when we are discussing how we want to purchase our live chicken now, they told us that the more days they spend in their custody, the more money they are going to pay. Because when you say, can we buy it now and come and take it later, they will never, because they will be feeding those chickens. So all the livestock, of course, it's very, very expensive to feed all these chickens. Some of them can eat fish. If you are doing all those business, if proper care is not taken, you can run at loss because they will be consuming food. Some of them consume food more than human beings. They can eat, or is it cow? Are we going to talk about? So as government deal with the price of food now, I think maybe they can concentrate on livestock as well. Maybe subsidizing the food that they are going to be paid, or they look for how we can manufacture all these foods in a large quantity so that it will be affordable to the people that are rearing the animals.
Okay, let us get your own opinion.
Mr. Mike,
why are food
Mr. Mike, I think there's a difference between livestock farmers and staple food farmers. The normal farming we know are those who are growing our rice, our beans, our cassava, our cocoa. It's like the number of farmers involved in that are more than people who are in livestock farming. So, and then it takes some time. The risk in producing livestock is very, very high, as Mr. President said. They can all die. The entire stock of your poultry you can just wake up, you get your poultry, you fire your chicken dead, your ram, the goats, everything dead. But in case of farming of maybe rice, beans, and food, except cows graze on the farming, they are not. It's not likely to. All of them cannot just die like that. Except there's a flooding. So the risk of production of stable food, is not as high as livestock production. So and then there are more people in livestock farming than there are more people in stable food farming than livestock farming. So and then again, maybe the areas that are cultivating this food, growing this food stuff, these stable crops, food material, maybe we are now beginning to have peace, so that we have now more farmers going to the land. That's why we have more production. Otherwise, I wonder why the price of those stable foods should be dropping. That means we are now having more producers of those foods, stable foods, rice, beans, yam and co. But no, that means our farm is now becoming a bit safer. That means we are having more producers, more output, increments in the production. Otherwise, the price should have been so high because this is a fact. I buy it myself. I know the price has dropped. But unlike the last arm of the farming, the people involved in it are small, and the cost of doing it is very high. The risk is very high. So, let government also encourage more livestock farmers to go into it so that when we have increased productivity in livestock farming, the price also drop. That's my take on it.
All right, to the comment section. This is Shima saying good morning. Gio is saying good morning. Adini is also here saying good morning. Benga George is also here with us. Lukman, good morning to you. Mafidon, you're welcome to the program. We appreciate everyone. And what is this is Chima saying this morning? Before Tinubu finishes his second term, Yoruba monarchs will finish all the titles in Yoruba land on his family.
That is not true. That's not true.
All right, big guy says government is capable to put a stop to anything, except there are more to eat. Simple. That's on insecurity.
I agree with him. I agree 100%.
Can put 100%.
100%. If the president will say
there is more to what.
I agree with him 100%. I agree with him 100%. Except because it's your political consideration of you taking this decision, that's what will be hindering you. If you are not politically selfish, now what will this accrue to me politically? Will I lose politically? Will I get politically? If you're ready to sacrifice, you dare any situation on ground and take decisive action against it. I gave an example of our Bastion when was in power now against Yoruba OPC. He's a man and the OPC is a Yoruba organization. Ghana times he arrested Ghana and prosecuted him. The ask of Tababalogo Yoruba man. Shoot aside every OPC you see. So Obasanjo was decisive. He put Tribal sentiment apart. So if you are not politically selfish, what will you gain politically? If I take this action against people, what will it happen to me? Will I lose politically? Will I gain politically? If you bold not to take it to any problem confronting your status. So that's it. So I agree with him.
All right, thank you so much, Olagide. Adedeji says, what's the account number for the channel? Yeah, okay. Account number for the channel. Thank you so much, Adedeji. It's 2139497847 UBA. Michael Adekunle Timitayo. 2139497847. Michael Timitayo Adekunle UBA Bank is right in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate
Thank you very much.
Your contributions this morning. Vincent, you're welcome once again.
Thank you, Mike, for having me.
Mike, how you doing?
Very well, thank you. Adebo Michael.
Why are food staples falling while meat and livestock are out of reach? Vincent.
I would liken it to what our highly revered person in the name of Mrs. Okonjo that was quoted as having said that there is stability but there is no growth. If we are now talking about prices falling down in terms of consumables, especially the food prices, and it's not having a direct impact on other variables, then you begin to wonder that there is something very wrong with the system. As I speak now, I start to be corrected if it were not true. I don't think that the transport union, they have brought down their transport fare. I start to be corrected. And when you look at all this, what does it tell you? It shows you that I don't know the regulatory authority. What are they doing? It's like they have gone to sleep. If you say food prices have gone down, is it not the same vehicle that they will use in conveying all these foodstuffs to their respective location where they are meant for sale? But when you begin to wonder, what is the direct impact of food coming down? And can I serve you ordinary rice without putting meat on it or pepper on it? You know, when you look at all these things, it shows that the condiment that is necessary for the food, are the prices falling? That is why you see that kind of a statement. I mean, that is being read out on the pages of newspaper. We are not, everything is not really coherent, as the case may be. And when you look, what we are just being considered is just a fraction. The food might go down. I mean, Gary has gone down. Rice and beans, they are mellowed down. Then what of other things? What of gas? Has that gas gone down? But gas is about you see, when you look at all these indices, what does it show? There should be, but what I would have expected, the regulatory authority, they should just go out and do the oversight functions by making sure that as all these things are, let's say, fuel has gone down, ordinary stable foods have they've all gone down. They also make sure that other indices that will factor the ease at which the citizenry can get all these things are also being employed and taking cognizance of, to see that they also tag along with those variables so that we can have a semblance of a good unitide or on across board, making sure that the life is more tolerable to every Dick and Harry in the society.
Gentlemen, Mike, we understand that protein remains unaffordable as we speak, and the prices of food like rice, beans have all gone down. At least we all know that. But what's the cause for this? What's the reason for this?
Well, I think the message is simple. If protein is still not available for an average Nigerian and the prices of staple foods are beginning to come down, our government is simply telling us to face the staple foods. You don't have to go for protein. Do less of protein, get your gari, get your rice, and eat more of that.
So you leave meat.
You don't have to, Michael. If you cannot afford it, must you not kill yourself? So that is a clear message. Face the staple foods. Drink your gari or do your eba and all of that. Boil your rice. If the protein is not available, just take it the way it is. If you can get palm oil on it or vegetable oil, it's okay. You just have to move on. I mean, while we were there yesterday, they brought 2 chicken, and I was trying to find out the prices of those chicken. I think the list was about 30,000, 25,000 for chicken. So how many Nigerians can afford that as in an attempt to do Christmas and all of so the prices of some items has gone down as we are told or as we know, and we must admit that the price of rice is beginning to come down, gari and all of that. But generally they should look into transportation as well, as my colleague have said, because that is what they are going to use in conveying these items from one point to the other. And as long as transportation cost is still on the high side, then the price of food are not going to really come down as it ought to be, Michael.
What about traffic during this period? Is there any way the government can make it easy for us?
For me,
just talked about.
For me, I think it's an annual thing, especially when the year is coming to an end like this, before Christmas and even after Christmas. The movement of people increases, even though people have been advised to do less of traveling this time because of the security situation of the country. But people will still need to move from one point to another. And that has really increased within this period. And I think that is the reason for the traffic. 2 or 3 days ago, even I have to trek from Bega down here while I was coming from that axis because there was heavy traffic and buses were not available. So it's an annual thing that we experience, Michael.
All right, let's quickly talk about the Okanlomo of Yorubaland. The Chieftaincy title conferred on Seyi Tinubu by Alaafin of Oyo, Owoade. Have these kings, politicized the Yoruba traditional institutions? Why Seyi Tinubu?
You see,
Why?
I think I was about the first person that mentioned on this platform that our traditional system has been infiltrated by politicians. And as you can see, the evidence is quite clear now that you can see the way they continue to dish out titles. You see, I believe that in a state society, title can only be given to people that have, even in their various constituency, they have really helped the society one way or the other. They've added value to people's life. But in a situation whereby, we are almost going to the heat of electioneering year, you see, all manners of theatrics are now being employed by our politicians to see that they remain relevant. Because I've always said on this platform, if you don't blow your trumpet, nobody will help you to blow it. And another politicians know this. And moreover, Nigerians, it's only Nigeria that we see people having doctor, chief, medical, all sort of this, because we always have this propensity to live large and to be seen as being larger than life. That larger than life attitude has always been, our part and parcel in this part of this world. That is why even giving Seyi Okanlomo, Seyi came into prominence as a result of his father having held sway as former governor of Lagos and now the president of Nigeria. When you now tag along the two, it shows that he's only trying to do the bidding of the father. And moreover, you remember not quite long ago, that saga that Remi Tinubu was also involved with Adeleke, in Osun State. It was at Ooni's palace. That thing where
She was conferred
Odua. Then now we are seeing Alaafin also having his own, giving Okanlomo to Seyi, and we know Alaafin and Ooni too. There has always been this raging controversy. It's not for the now. Even it predates their own throne or reign, because it has always been there. I can continue to mention the time of Obasanjo, Aderemi, and also the other Alaafin of Oyo, Lamidi. It has always been there. And when you juxtapose these two things, you see that that ability to want to outweigh the other has always been there. But to make it further, to worsen the situation, the judicial system, then they allow the politicians to go into them and start making that crevices to become larger than what we ordinarily would have expected. And now, traditional rulers has always been, they are always the custodian of customs and the heritage of the society whereby they superintend. A situation when they allow pettiness, that the filthy look to have eaten into them, to allow the politicians to come into their domain and steal the show from them, is a sad commentary of what traditional institution stands for.
All right, I'm still coming back to you on this matter, Mr. Vincent. But gentlemen, Mike, is this a cultural honor or just a display of political influence tied to presidential power? Was there any unified consensus? What would I call it? Unified cultural consensus before doing it?
For me, I feel very disappointed, especially in the two monarchs, very highly respected monarch of Yorubaland, and I'm talking about the Alaafin of Oyo and even the Ooni of Ife, as it were. These two individuals happen to be very young, and one would have expected that they will not hold the old order of reasoning and doing things. But unfortunately, they have also followed the bad wagon by just thinking that the traditional institution has been reduced to joke, as it were. That you just create all kinds of titles, chieftaincy titles like that. And that is not what the Yorubas are known for in time past. there are chieftaincy titles that are recognized, but over the years, because of money, as it were, because of politics, they have created all kinds of junks from the traditional institution in the name of chieftaincy title. So the rivalry, and that's where I'm going, the rivalry between Ooni of Ife and Alaafin of Oyo has not stopped, and that is what is also breathing the Okanlomo thing. There is one Sanusi, Dr. Sanusi in Ibadan, that is that title has been conferred on the Okanlomo early this year. The Okanlomo of Yorubaland of Oyo now. You can see the mix-up. You can see the problem coming from these two cases. Because what is the difference between? I mean, Femi was trying to do justice to it when he was on set. What is the difference between Yoruba and? As far as I'm concerned, it's the same. Because the entire Yoruba race emanated from Oduduwa, happened to be the source of the entire Yoruba race. So why are we trying to separate it and all of that? So I expect so much from these two kings, being that they are very young. They should learn to do things differently. The fact that they have been able to even demystify the traditional institution, for me, it's a plus for me. I love that. What we don't see before now, you won't see an Ooni of Ife move, go into functions and get involved, and they should be more impactful. That's where I'm going. They should be being young individuals. They should be more impactful. The traditional institution should not be reduced to the way they used to reason in the past, and just sit down there, get as many wives as you want to, and that is all. The impact of that institution must be felt in their time. Look at the insecurity we are already dealing with. What are they doing at that level to also further enhance security so that they can complement whatever federal government is doing? So those are the things that should be coming from them, and not to be creating unnecessary traditional titles that are so meaningless in my estimation.
Let's even leave these kings. Sorry, let's leave them aside. Is Seyi what conferred that title on? Looking at his engagements, the activities in the country, the various parts of the country.
Before the now, I think I answered part of this question in my submission. I said, what was his antecedent or his trajectory, or before he became so prominent? I think his prominence can also be tied to the coming on board of the father. I mean, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he was governor and lately being the current president of this great country called Nigeria. And when a title of that magnitude is being conferred on a son of the president, what does it show you? It shows that there are more that meets the ordinary eye. I think a title cannot just be conferred. You know, in those days, when they will say Obankia, the king is greeting you with the staff. You know, the person that carried the staffs to come and greet the billionaire or whether trillionaire, whatever, will not go empty-handed. And the person has to respond with a pay package. Say, yeah, help me greet the king, or I'm coming. You understand? And we are not talking about small money. You know, now then it was done with all sense of decency. But nowadays, the politicians, they have infiltrated everywhere. And because as long as the traditional institution continue to be at their whims and caprices, then there's nothing traditional stew can do in this regard. Conferring Seyi Okanlomo, I don't know the yardstick or the metrics that is being used by the Alaafin of Oyo to have so done. What I want to say is that I don't know whether Seyi has held any important position. I stand to be corrected though. I'm only saying what I know for the now. I don't think he has held any position that is of such a magnitude that will embody doing something that is of value to the entire state called Oyo State.
Or Yorubaland.
Or Yorubaland, as it were. But when you now look at the entire organogram of the Yorubaland, you know, when you say Oodua, when you say Yorubaland, I think there is the two languages or semantics. They are similar, and I want to believe it's a matter of semantics when they are trying to. And it also goes back to that rangy controversy that has always been there, right from day one. Because when you continue to look at this thing, is that they are getting even it's a sad commentary on these children nowadays. Because I believe that before the now, history used to be part of our curriculum. Now it has been expunged. Then what are we going to tell the children that are coming? This is how the boundary is set. This is where the boundary started. This is where it ends. But once you don't know history, then you get yourself confused more. I want to thank God that I was a beneficiary of history as a subject in my days at school. That is why the little that I know where I ought to be at every given time. But it's a sad commentary on our institution, and our institutional traditional rulers need to wake up from their slumber and do the needful. If we are trying to say that power should change to the younger generation should embrace themselves up and be able to, place their belt above board and be able to do the needful by embracing some decency into their workings, so that people will not see them that they are serious to take the reins of governance from the people that will say they are retired.
All right, the comment section, there's a chima says in Igbo land, before you are given a traditional title, the community must have seen what you have done and impacted in the lives of the community. But today, people buy titles with money.
Money, yeah.
Baba Yaga says people should keep supporting rubbish. By the time you open your eyes, you will be consumed by this Tinubu regime. Yeah. This man has used bigotry to deceive Yorubas. All right, the regime goes on, but can't Tinubu's family members say no to some of these irrelevant titles? They would always accept anything thrown at them. What a family. All right, the OA says traditional institutions are even under the administration of local government. Nigeria has watered down their import. All right, Williams Okanlomo met this morning. Good morning, you're welcome, sir. From UK, and it says, from the history of Bible till now, no pastor has ever taken any traditional chieftaincy title. Is she a pastor or a traditional ruler? Please, someone should explain. That's Remi Tinubu. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you. Alpha Evangelist.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, Kule.
Yeah, good morning, Mike. Good morning. Good to be alive, and thank God for life, and thank God for the people that have been supporting us, the lives of sinners. God bless you all. The lives of all the people, great people that we cannot even finish by their name when we start embarking on that. So God bless you all.
Does this development reignite the long-standing battle? I'm talking about supremacy battle between the Alaafin of Oyo and Ooni of Ife. And apart from that, what message is this sending to the young generations, to the youth, about access to power, merit, and heritage?
I think this battles has been long for a while. When you remember the old Alaafin of Oyo, which is Ikuba Bayeye, and when you look at Ooni of Ife, that's Owoade, the rivalry has been there for a long time, and they don't even see how to ball to eyeball. They don't see themselves. If Ooni is moving, the Ikuba Bayeye has to wait or fix his own appointment in another day. I think that's that's the ego we've been having, and that is the same ego that now snowball into this current Alaafin and Ooni of Ife. But to me, I would rather say the son of the soil, the real son of the soil is Ife, which is where all we Yoruba, came from, and anything that we want to do, like any ceremony that needs to require the who is who in the Yoruba land, it's always been stationed in Ife, in Ife. And you have some historical warriors Moremi, all of them in that axis. And I think.
And what does this say about Tinubu's leadership style? Just of recent, his wife, President Tinubu, was conferred with the title of Yeye Odua. Abi?
Yeah.
Yeye Odua. And Seyi Tinubu, Okanlomo of Yorubaland. What does this say about Tinubu himself?
You catch them young. I'm explaining the way Seyi happens to even be crowned on that title. You
can't think he's spreading his dynasty from Lagos State to the federal.
No, Mike. Everybody is just hearing of Seyi, but that guy is hardworking. When you look at the billboard, the electronic billboards in this country, majority of it, he brought it to Nigeria. He brought this, the platform to Nigeria, and it's always at duty. It's always at work, and he deserves it. But a lot of us, we don't even know how the guy made his money. Nevertheless, that his father happens to be a rich guy before he came to power. But Seyi himself is a hard-working guy. I don't know him. I only hear from the sources that are closer to him. And you see, when somebody is doing well, let's give it to him. It's not like about criticism every time. Seyi is doing well on his own, on his own platform. He's doing well. So we shouldn't be just be criticizing. And we are the one that say the youth shall grow. And they should allow us to grow instead of diminishing ourselves. We shouldn't be diminishing ourselves. Seyi is doing well to me, because for him to even have that monopoly of what's it called, the adverts, electronic adverts, and he's doing well with that. And again, the chieftaincy title, how old were all these our elders? When you talk of Abimbola, how old was even Abimbola then when we collected that area on Kakanfo? I was in Oyo then. How old was he then? He should be in his he wasn't even in his 60. He wasn't in his 60 when he, so let's catch them young. Let's, and it will even help our traditional, engagement, that when you bring them from the, roots, and you get them, sharp, and number one, the history will not go without him knowing everything about Nigeria, Yoruba history. Because we citizens, we youth now, I think we are detaching from our history.
Why Seyi Tinubu and President Tinubu? Are they the
you say why Seyi Tinubu and they were the one the cap feet. They are the first citizens, and and they can lead by. They need to lead by example. That's another thing I'm saying. Seyi now, as it's been installed with that chieftaincy title, he has to now living by example. As a youth now, it will not be. They can be an ambassador of the youth. A lot of things the people that give it that chieftaincy title, they know what it can encourage majority of the youth that are just lying flow and just criticizing and just their own is Nigeria no good. So to me, they can use Seyi as an emblem for the youth to be awake. So I see nothing wrong in it, Mr. Mike.
I see nothing wrong. I don't know if you see something wrong.
I don't see something wrong, but there is something wrong. Yeah, the way I do see my things is different from the way he sees his own things. When we are talking about the crown that they give to Seyi, or the position they give to Seyi, or whatsoever, the number of the age is welcome. But the question now is this: is the ancestors? Did the ancestor choose him?
We youth are not even aware. They just announce it.
Are you hearing me? Do the ancestors choose him? We are talking about tradition. We are talking about tradition, and when you are talking about tradition, you are talking about spiritual. It should be a consensual thing, spiritual approval.
An agreement, agreement among the Yorubas.
Not with the Yorubas and the ancestors. And the ancestors.
So who is the king representing? He's not representing the ancestors. the gods of the land?
Excuse me, that's my point. I say age is not a problem. The problem is the Tinubu that they give it to. Is he the choosing one? That's my question. Is he the choosing one? If he's the choosing one, no problem.
But it's just a chieftaincy title.
Baba, every chieftaincy title has a spiritual implication and implication. Baba, you don't know. It's just you encourage the youth. Baba, relax. No. I didn't talk when you are talking. Don't intercept me. I said the angle I see my own things. You understand? We are talking about tradition. We are talking about spirit. When you talk about tradition, you are talking about spiritual. You are talking about culture. We are talking about culture. We are talking about culture here, African culture. And once you carry politics come to culture, that culture is definitely being destroyed. There will be no power again. Are you hearing me? There will be no power again. And that same thing, listen to me, that same thing is what, when I was preaching to people, I asked them a question: where is the Pentecostal power? Because the church have turned church into politics, and that is why the power is no longer in the church. Because the days of the Pentecost, there is power in the church, and that is why today you see anybody enter church and steal something from church and still go free, nothing happen. Are you getting it? That is the angle I see. Forget what you, everybody have their own opinion. This is my own opinion.
Is that what happens in Yorubaland? Does it apply to
Obi Kubana, all of them? Hold on now. I am not happening. It's happening in the state. Even there are the people that even have all those chieftaincy titles. Just young man that just made money, they will give him all it's a ceremonial. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The title doesn't have any implication on ritual issues. So what are you not saying? I am not speaking whether Yoruba. What I'm speaking is culture, not just only Nigeria. I believe that it's not only Nigerians that are watching this. Africa have neglected, used politics to kill their ancestral culture that have been on their side. You see why Africa is getting weaker on daily basis. Everything is not about money.
but this title is different. But this title is different. You mentioned big, but I can maybe be giving titles ovely, but this one is being given to Seyi. It's different. It's just I think it's number one in Yorubaland. It's representing the youth. It's different. It's not by one condition. It's for one area, but the whole youth of Yorubaland.
Clear example for the youth. Can be more productive
Why is political appointment? We are not aware. Nobody is aware. They just announce it. Are you aware? It's been annoying. Nobody is aware.
They have to be aware. So he's telling us he has to be aware before they can confirm what's it called, title to honor to Seyi. I don't know what he's saying, or would I be? He has to be aware. I don't know. They say it's a ceremonial title, and you say they will have to call you guys. I don't know where, man. Just don't let us go there. Don't let us go there, please. Because that is my brother. That is too shy.
I still stand on my word. Anything constituted based on tradition should be regarded and honored and respected based on tradition. Africa have tradition, Africa have culture, whether it be Yoruba, whatsoever. We have culture and it should be respected. This is what is destroying the culture and the power that Almighty God has invested on the Africans.
I just said it.
That's my own. By the time you use politics, you use politics. I'm not.
Was that title conferred on him based on merit?
Some merit.
Yes, so some merit. I can
How?
I've said it all that Seyi never even relied on his father's wealth. He created his own wealth for himself, and that alone, that title they give him, can encourage all these youths
we youth that we can get to where our destination we aim as we are working. Now, I'm saying thank you. Do you know that in Igbo land? Do you know that in Igbo land, you must know the tradition, you must know the culture, you must know the history of whatsoever position. Do you know that as I am now, at my age, my elder, if I travel now, whereby I don't know the culture, do you know that I cannot break the kola nut? Hello, I can't break kola nut. Even if I have younger one there, I can't break that kola nut because there is a way to break kola nut according to tradition and culture. And if I do, if I offend anything, I have price to pay. You don't know? You understand me? I'm talking no matter how you like to put it. Do you know that cola? Do you know that cola, this cola nut you are holding, has implication? Are you hearing me? Do you know that any cola that have 4 faces or 3 faces represents something? In African culture, in Igbo land, let me not say African culture, in Igbo land. You understand me? That's why they are saying all this things. It's itching me. Did the Seyi understand? Although I don't know in breaking of cola in Yoruba what he represents, but I believe for him to have that, he must understand all these things. He must know all these things before he could be given such honor, such recognition in Yoruba land.
Let's get to your opinion concerning the solution.
I think for me, I'm coming from that institution, traditional institution. Alaafin means that it is politically motivated. It is in preparation of taking over the Aswaju dynasty. And secondly, and also try as much as possible to put the Oyo of Ife on check. Okanlomo means the only son. I think if I'm correct, I'm not a Yoruba man. The only son of Yorubaland, the only son.
The most distinguished son.
Yeah, thank you for that.
The most prominent son.
You can see now, like very clearly. They are the one interpreting it. But my own interpretation is that Okanlomo means only son of the Yorubaland. And yes, then if you have to get to that point where the Alaafin, no, I said Okanlomo means only son. You're asking me? No, what is the meaning of Okanlomo? What are you talking about? Okanlomo means only pikin, only son. Mr. President. No, you don't understand. Mr. President. The title Yorubaland, the only son of Yorubaland. Man, what? It's not about you. It's not about you. Mike, I think my position on this is very clear. You are a Yoruba man. And I asked because somebody once called me Dudu here in Lagos. I asked him, what is the meaning of Dudu? He said, black man. And what makes me black is not my color. So I've asked people, what is the meaning of Okanlomo? They said Okanlomo means only son. No. One that attach all these prefix or suffix, only son, prominent son, this and that. Now other things are prefix. What we know is that Okanlomo, by the reason of that title, means currently now he is the only son of the Yorubaland.
So what message you are sending?
The message is very clear. The message, bros, the message is very clear. They are preparing him for future political struggle.
That makes sense.
They are also preparing him, to take over. I mentioned it here very clearly. You cannot say because you are not. I'm telling you, when you see such moves, you're able to know that. Rose, what will you like to? How would you describe Seyi? What is the impact of Seyi in the struggle of the Yoruba nation? That's the fact. What is the struggle? So it is very clear that Seyi Tinubu, might have been put in that position for future activities or engagements, politically or otherwise, for the Yoruba nation. That's the way I see it. And if you look at it very well, clearly now, I think he's the only prominent young man now commanding certain influence. He understand, commanding certain influence by the way he moves and other. I remember there was a commentary about him by Shirika, and not only that, he can also see his political moves, within the northern political space and all that, and he can also see his influence in Asurok. He was even mentioned as one of the cabals in Asurok. Seyi Tinubu. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm just explaining the reason why that kind of title was given to him, confirmed to him.
Explain the reason.
No, I'm just telling you the reason. No, I know that the reason is that's what I'm saying. There is a political angle to it, and also the issue that has to do with the political dynasty of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. People need to also look at him from that angle as a possible replacement.
Do you see that?
First of all, I want to thank my viewers. I see most of them are greeting me. Welcome, Papa. Well, yes, I'm back. I'm not just back. I just passed by because I leave this environment. So please try to understand that I'm still around, but I'm not around this side. Welcome all of you. Happy Christmas in advance and Happy New Year in advance. I thank you all for what you have done for supporting this ministry. I thank you all. Please continue to support this ministry because this man, Mike, is going to be one of the best in the history of Nigeria when we come in power. Now, we are talking about Tinubu's son, being kind in Ibadan as a Okanlomo or whatever. I'm asking question. Where this man really come from? Tinubu, his father. Where did he come from?
Where do you come from?
Because we don't know where this man
Okay, wait.
I'm coming now. I'm coming now. You know my question land. We hear people say Tinubu come from Ojokoro side, further side in Ogun State. Ojokoro further side, that is what people give. And they say that I'm coming now. They say that I come from Tinubu Square in Lagos. Abi? Now they say he come from Osun. Where
I think Osun is the only
you know your village quite well as a white man. Yeah, your village. You know where you come from. I know where I come from. Mike know where you come from. His village, where the money. Where is man called Tinubu come from? But there's a problem. He's not from Osun State. He come from Lagos. He come from Tinubu Square in Lagos. He come from Ojokoro further side. Where did he come from? That's what we need to know. Where this man come from? Can I enlighten you? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? Can you calm down? Where did he come from?
Tinubu
Where did he come from?
happens to be in
Russia through his mother. Wait! Through his mother! What happened to his father? Where did his father come from? Where is father? Where is father come from? Where is father come from? Where is father? Where is father from? Lagos. Where is father? Osun State. I'm coming now. Where is the family of this man? This guy is just shouting. I'm telling you, talk. I'm telling you now. Just shouting. I'm going to talk to Calabar boy. Just shouting. Like that. Where is
Tinubu para great. Hey, make it talk. I'm asking you now. I'm serious. Where is Tinubu para great in Osun State? That is the place for them. That's it. Wait. Yes, you see, his mother, calm down. His mother was one of the ladies that worked for Alaja Mogaji. Okay, and later his mother died. On island. Yeah, where is he? And later, house girl, then he pregnant her. Was he? Then he brought to his father impregnated. His mother is from Lagos. Why his father is from Osun? Get something right. He served as a house girl in Osun. To keep in Lagos. His mother served. This guy going. We can't know the water. He live in body. He doesn't know water. He doesn't know water. So he live in body. I live in body. I think I don't live in body. Where is father coming now? Because I don't know anything. So yeah, you don't argue with me. Now let us see. Tinubu live in body down and open your. And he opened up to be a real Lagos State citizen. Abi, when the foundation was started, it was from Narego. Then you mesh. Now they don't invest Alabama. You know, invest to inform party rulership in Lagos State. Him and Function William, we used to know about before. Now Function William was assassinated. Then he come to power. Since then till now, Nigerian cannot tell me or anybody where the father of Tinubu really is getting. They talk about the mother. I'm coming. They talk about mother. Was your mother be a house girl to somebody? They pregnant the mother and keep her to somebody's house. Where did he come from? Adebo Osun State, Lagos State, Where did Tinubu come from? I don't know where else I want to take it right. It's our president, we love him. It's our president, we love him. Calm down now. So it is my right as a citizen of this country to know where this man comes from. He's not about this. Father. You know about this, you want to tell me you go listen openly. How long? Because I know you very well. Okay, I want to tell you. What do you want to tell me? Father is from Iraq. No, the father from Iraq. Then his mother. He got Iraq. Iraq is a village in Osun State. Where is the village? How many villages are Mike? Sorry, this guy. This guy is Mike. How many villages is Mike? Sorry, how many villages man have? One village. Where the village come? Is it Tinubu State village? Is it a Osun State village? Where is it? I say Iraq in Osun State. Where is the Osun State? Osun State. Where is Osun State? Where is it? Iraq village in Osun State. Now it come from. Father, have mercy. Have mercy, God. Let me tell you something. All what they play in this country, we are science know. You are science too. We know what they play. Only the Ghana men don't know what they are playing. Yoruba are science. I am science too. I know all what they play. National and even local. I know what they are playing. I know your game. It's my background and my friend. Apkabio game. I'm coming now. I'm not talking about your game. I'm talking about your game. The game of Yoruba in this country. The game of Yoruba in this country. I know. You can never in this country. You can never in this country. It is my son. Apkabio already done in a time. As a before Tinubu open a high. He don't even tell this stadium. He do everything for Tinubu come. He is a point of value. When it comes to what? Lawrence of pain. And the minority and become something. That guy is a pure minority, they still become something. I don't know the people that come from majority. Apkabio have wisdom to be a minority, they still become something for 150 million people. They still become something important. In a land that nobody can. Wisdom of Natacha. Abi? A land that nobody can. Apkabio is a land that nobody can. Out of president, when Apkabio still come out from that land, and Winnie Bo, Winnie Osa, Winnie Yoruba, Winnie all tribe, no less than 200 tribes in Nigeria become what? State president. prior to my ancestor. Yes,
who put in there?
Whoever put in it, whoever put in it, whoever put in it is mine. Whoever put in there, whoever put in it is mine. It is mine.
That said,
Tinubu guys, I'm coming. Let me break it down and finally don't continue to be a Yoruba man and continue to support what if they ask you question you cannot answer. Your question going to shake. Speak truth question, Pam.
What are you trying to say?
Now, what I'm trying to say is that nobody among you know where Tinubu come from.
I'm telling you, I
can never know it. You can never know it. The power that they give to his son,
that's honor.
he has never in his life.
Where is it from?
It is because the son of president,
Where is it from?
Amon Yoruba Yekalo, the Kalam giver. The both of Iran accept where did he come from? Alaafin of Oyo.
Must you consult
the
land before confining to
you must consult the oracle before doing anything in the tradition of African land.
Okanlomo.
When he consult the Solomon of God, you got a Solomon of God. What is Solomon? You are inside Solomon. Tell you to your father government. The father pursue you come to correct Solomon. What Solomon is it? You know what? The father go to the minister meeting like say you are a president. The father pursue you come out here. We are one to spoil anything for me. You don't go to the other side for to God correct Solomon. What is correct? What is the meaning of all these things? The last time a wife go to there's one young king there. They call it see them maybe Alaafin. There's one king now on wife of Tinubu carry something put am for head. Why are you people correcting what is on?
Face your tradition. So look at the traditional things.
The rule Nigerian cannot do. You begin a correct time. What is time to all about? What is time to keep the Nigerian table? You know what the first step for this December? Is that what you promised people to come and do when you win election? To come and correct time to a Nigerian and support? What do we see here?
Are you suffering?
We are paying due to survive by miracle. Does that mean no subsidy payment? We are surviving by miracle. Our Nigerians as we survive by miracle alone. Government no support us for anything. They still want to impose tax against human beings nothing help. Is that what you came to come to do for Nigeria? Then you come to become correct as is it time we tell you to make Nigerians feel as a Nigerian? We are dying here. You see correct title. Why are you correct people? What can you put food for our table? So what is it Tinubu is doing? When your family begin a correct title, what are you correct title for? You need something to transform. You need 4 years. My 4 years don't go. This man don't do anything. 4 years don't go with that. Man don't do anything. I think the win election, I don't support him. I think the win. I don't support. I don't say anybody can win him. Yes, I don't say that Tinubu lifestyle and this government is rule. He carry all the brother put for everywhere. You see, trust his brother. He don't deliver. He cannot deliver. Central Bank governor, Yoruba, Minister of Finance, Yoruba, are they delivering? What is going on?
Senate President.
Abkabio even try say two go crash. He give us cash of tomorrow. Last year was 100,000 for rice. Abkabio trying to make it to the 50 people. So what are we doing? They need a correct time to confirm it. What is he doing? What's he doing? We know this man how he was trained before. We know all I was trained before. Look at how he look like now. This man is dead. His own brother is dead here. I see the proud.
How you people are in that?
They are not in this country. This country will leave.
Senate President.
If you will not leave.
Senate President.
Leave.
Romancing
You cannot do
woman.
the second time again because you say nothing happened.
Woman.
What are we seeing? What are we seeing? People don't do anything. You have the correct time to. What is it? Nothing we see. They are dying for the Nigerian. You say the two children doing nothing. Everything promised nothing. We are still collecting title. What are you doing? 4 years don't go. And you want to carry money to the bank governor to have the right figure for you again? For this kind of combination that you are caused? You are buying government to write the receipt of election for you. What kind of man is this? How you so disgrace? I love them. But they bring disgrace to I'm so disappointed.
I say
they go school.
Your wise are way Tinubu fix bed.
If you go school, I don't go school pass. In the West, your brother. So what is going on?
for National Assembly.
What is going on? You want something? What is it?
Now to the knack.
What is going on?
Knack in the knack. They find woman.
What is going on? Tinubu cannot even say, okay, I'm a president. I'm a president. Let me do what I'm supposed to do as a president. Apkabio is a Senate president. You are a president, commander in chief of the armed forces. Such power not give to what to Apkabio. You are the one to what everybody see. Like what everybody do. As a care father, people don't be poor man. Why is he doing like this? When you time to nothing and you can see. You are dying. 30 promoted. Buy governor, buy this. Is that why you come and rule? Is that the rulership? Is that the rulership? And all the Nigerians are stuck. Nobody can marry, nobody can rent house. Everything is stuck. And you still correct title.
Apkabio already bless you.
The young men are stuck. Young ladies are stuck. Who go ask them? Who go feed them as go marry by come?
No money. You don't reach your
money.
You don't reach your village.
These are so expensive. Everybody food for no job.
You don't reach your village.
All what he do is to work out
Your village don't talk to you.
and correct title. Thank you. What is the meaning of this?
You don't build road for now.
It took me say Mike. We really are really disappointed by the government of what Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Thank you so much.
It just what I am saying. There's no how we can rule out our traditional institutions. They are still very much important. What we are looking at is that how government can actually legislate to bring them, very closer, to government where they have a specific role to play. So a situation where the livelihood of our traditional institution is being determined by the government. They can decide to scrap it. So that is how funny it is. So anybody can come up with anything, and I'm not against whatever title anybody is giving to anybody. They have their reasons. They are still there. They have not been scrapped out completely. From the space in the Nigerian political or traditional or cultural space. They have not been scrapped out. So they are still there. So when they are still there, you should expect that at one point or the other, they should be able to perform, also get people to know that they are still alive, But I want a situation where, some kind of legislation will empower our traditional and cultural institutions to be able to hold those in power for transparency and accountability. So for me, that's my perception about Seyi. I think they are preparing him for something, and they need to get me involved, prepared, involve him into the circle, and maybe from there.
All right, is there any reason he was conferred or honored with that title?
Before I go into that, I think there is a need for me to first and foremost introduce myself once again. I'm Mr. Johnson Akao. It's good to be on the program. It's a delight. Merry Christmas to you guys up there. May the Lord God of continue to rest His mighty hand upon you. So back to the issue at stake, the issue on ground, the issue of Seyi Tinubu's Okanlomo's title. To start with, I would love to correct some erroneous impressions here and there making the rounds. In these past 48 hours, I've read dozens of pieces, dozens of articles regarding that development. Okanlomo simply means the most illustrious son of our Yorubaland. So simply put, the most illustrious son, as it were, for now, the most illustrious son of Yorubaland. So yet again, I've read different arguments. Argument from the angle of age, argument from the angle of relevance, angle from the perspective of tradition, and also to start with, the argument from the angle of age. I don't see any merit in that argument because it's not unprecedented. It's going to be the first of its kind. For crying out loud, the late Ladoke Akintola, the SY Premier Western Region, about the same time he was clocking 50. That was when he was made the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yorubaland in 1951-52. When he was made the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, the top of Abimbola, when he started amassing titles, he was in his late 30s. When he became the boss of Ibadan, he was 43. When he became the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yorubaland, he was 46. As at the time he turned 50, he had already amassed virtually all the amassables, all the available titles across the land, across all the major He was the most honored Nigerian, most titled Nigerian of his time. That's how the late Bashaw. So even when he was less than 50, so that of Seyi is not unprecedented. So if it's about age, the guy celebrated this 7 months ago, so it's equal to the task. So it's a last step in the right direction. So talking from the angle of tradition now, from the perspective of just because I can see some semblance of ignorance here and there, I can understand the problem of most people from the angle of ignorance. From the angle of Okanlomo of Yorubaland simply, just like you are giving the title of October. What is October in modern day Nigeria? There's nothing about October apart from it's merely honorific.
So you don't need to consult around.
You don't need any oracle. You don't need any gods. You don't need any interpreters. It is the prerogative of the king of the land to decide who and who is also. For crying out loud, here's a guy, even before the ascension of his dad as the president of Nigeria, a guy that sits at top 18 different blue chip organizations as the chairman, and he's on the board of 41 different organizations that cut across every sphere of our national life, ranging from engineering, shipping, oil and gas. Currently as we speak, unknown to many, Seyi Tinubu is the biggest player in the outdoor advertising business in the entire Lekki, Victoria land, Ada axis. Nobody comes close to him. He's the biggest player in the outdoor advertising agency. He's introduced a whole lot of innovations, electronic dimension into that business. So here is a guy whose investment portfolio is nothing less than 200 billion naira. His total worth is nothing short of in between 200, according to Forbes, in between 200 to 250 billion. So if in the wisdom, in the prerogative of the king, one of the most so they need suitable to honor him with such a title. So be it. It's a welcome development. I don't see anything wrong with it. So it's that time we stop creating storm out of a teacup, making a mountain out of a molehill, generating unnecessary labalo from issues that should not ordinarily command our attention. So Okanlomo is simply honorific. It's titular. It's honorary. Just like it's often said in governance, ministers without portfolio, there is no portfolio anywhere assigned to that office. They don't have any major role apart from the honor. They don't have any function, no honor. Like I was saying the other time, October Ghanaian and the Alaafin of Yorubaland that was made 8 years ago. Ever since he was made the Alaafin when he was in his mid-40s, he was for 8 years ago when he was made the Alaafin. So there is no clear-cut role, clear-cut assignment given to that office apart from attending one party to the other. He has never fought any battle. He has never gone to any war. He has never done anything tangible. So there is a way of recognizing them. It's a way of honoring them simply because of the little impact, the little mark they have made in the society in modern time. In any case, in modern society, there are no wars to be fought. There are no battles to go. So it's merely honorific. It's merely so we need to set the records straight. Like this my gentleman friend said the other time. Fine, they might be preparing, they might be cooking something fishy. They might be preparing for official political undertakings. So just to institute, just to consolidate the family's political dynasty. Fine, you can't rule out that. And it's a welcome development. So that's the nature of empires the world over. People want their children to take over them. Even their whole family unknown to many. It's not as if they never, even God never sanctioned, God never allowed it. They attempted taking after their father. 2-3 different locations, the late Tokumba Dosumawolo contested to become Lagos State after the demise of Baba. But she failed woefully. So what does that tell you? They made an attempt to take over after their father, to take over the empire, the political empire of their dad. After this, so if today the Tinubu family is trying to plant themselves everywhere, in Ife, in Oyo and elsewhere, and in an attempt to consolidate the family's political stronghold, so be it. So that again, everything will depend on God and the people, whether or not we accuse, whether or not we allow that to flourish. So Okanlomo is not something that should generate too much of flourish in the land.
Nobody is even generating any worry about this, you understand? But we need to understand very clearly. There's no need to worry about it. Like in Igbo land, let me give you an example. You know, we don't attach too much interest in anything because
Anybody can wake up one day and answer, Akabajirigwe anytime, any day, and that is his own. You don't know question him. Anybody can wake up and not. But see, this is coming. Why we are talking about it is that it's very important in Yorubaland. That title is also important because it is coming from an institution. It's just not like where on our own side in Igbo land, anybody can wake up and say, Abiaka Bajirigwe, 2 million one of Igbo land, and all that. No, you understand? You understand? Right. This is not, that's what I'm saying. There is Okanlomo of Ibadan. Do you understand what I'm saying? Odua, yeah. You understand? Yeah, you understand? So, I don't have issue when I don't have issue when these traditional institutions are trying to, stamp the authority, to protect. They are custodians of culture and tradition. The politicians out there cannot do what the traditional institutions are doing. How do they protect their culture and tradition? So these are the ways whereby they can go about doing that. For me, simple as that. But you can see, a generation come, generation go. What people are looking, the way people are looking at Seyi presently now, they are seeing, a political symbol of Yoruba extraction in the direct future.
Where did we get back the abductees, mainly children or student pupils were abducted in Niger State, St. Mary's Catholic Church? Was it as a result of military pressure or ransom payment?
Mike, whatever it is, it has become a norm in Nigeria. Kidnapping and whatever the means they are using, which they are not disclosing. But I'm telling you that it has become a tradition in this. They have normalized it. And when I said it that all this we are top of the situation, we are changing service chiefs and all that, but we are not going to see the land. This is just the beginning. We keep on seeing this kind of thing repeatedly. Although there will be kidnapping and there will also be whatever it is at the end of the day. You understand? And of course, whichever way, they will not come out and tell you. But we are seeing that there are negotiations of this manner that has to do with whatever they do on the ground, now which they don't want to tell everybody. But are you trying to tell me that these people will actually come and just release their victims without anything? I've listened to them. A lot of things goes in. Private people are paying 30 million, 40 million to Boko Haram to release their talkless of something government. So for me, whatever after the security has received the highest allocation budget, they will share it. Nothing that is coming out, they will share it, and everybody relax, and everybody continue to play their role. By now, I expected Ribadu to be arrested or questioned over the incident in Kwara. I expect sack all these people, let them face trial, because their names are being mentioned by people who are not even qualified. But give them amnesty, give them whatever. They are Boko Haram. Don't look at Yusuf, a respected professor, telling the whole world that terrorists are not freedom fighters. People who are killing people are freedom fighters. Then what would you call Mazinam the Kano? If these people that they can confirm, you see them with AK-49, lanterns, and during displaced, you see them physically, they are not hiding it, and somebody is coming out to tell you that these people you are seeing are freedom fighters. Mike, let me tell you what I told you. Go and ask an average Fulani man, he will tell you the reason why he's doing what he's doing, and we are here criticizing it. You will come and you can see the politicians coming out publicly to tell you, say, no, these guys, now you will name them terrorists. I will name them terrorists. There's going to be battle at the end of the day, because they know what they are representing. Anybody, I wouldn't believe it, that Yusuf will come on the national TV and tell the whole world that ISWAP, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, Wulu, thousands of them out there are freedom fighters, and the government keep quiet because it's not. But Mike, whether you like it or not, there is a clear-cut agenda in this country, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot claim that he does not know what is going on. But how can somebody mention somebody who is the national security advisor to the president, and the person is handing gun AK-47 to these people, and they were caught, and it was mentioned, nothing happened.
Come to think of it, how were they rescued? I mean,
exactly what I was going to say. Even though more often than not, I've always disagree with the gentleman here, but on this particular one, we are on the same page. There were no arrests, there were no altercations, there were no shootouts, there were no confrontations. We just came back to tell us that they have been rescued, that no ransom has been paid. That means that something somewhere is being hidden from us. Something has been paid.
I've always made allusion to the point that when you say you rescue some people and there was nothing, there must have been some transaction underground, and those people that you rescued from, these people, for crying out loud, they are outlaws. Are you trying to say that they have already gotten the nod of the states to continue to perpetrate their acts? I equally mentioned on this platform that apart from oil that Nigeria has in large quantity, the highest money spinner is terrorism, kidnapping now in our land, by extension outside the shores of Nigeria. But when you begin to look at it does not require any rocket science for you and I to know that when something of this happens and you are dealing with some people that you know that in law they are supposed to be labeled criminals and nothing is being done, you release those people, though I sympathize with the parents or the families of those people that were captured, because you can imagine the trauma that these people were subjected to, and it's a kind of a crucible of pain on both from the parents and these pupils. But having said that, the threat elementary procedure required of a security organization is that those people that help those people captive should have been brought to the book.
How can you tell us you secured the release of 230 people? 230 from
Mike, can I come in? Can I say something in regards to that? Yeah? We should not be surprised when we see this kind of a thing happening in Nigeria. We shouldn't be surprised.
At least we are communicating with
people. Okay, I'm telling you that Tunji Bello was calling the House of Rep member before he carried that election.
Not Tunji
Bello was calling somebody who is in the Senate there. And the person said, no, I'm going to do it, and he did it. Which phone? What is he using? My brother, it's like, this has become gang related. A mafioso like something operations.
Yes. Like the one that
you understand? Mike, that's why I'm telling you that, Christopher Musa cannot do anything.
With all his assurance.
Yes. No, watch his recent statement now. He has suspended that.
So bad the situation that I'm beginning to
yes, he has suspended
fraction of the budget and the security budget for so going to ransom payment.
Let me give you one thing now. Bello Matawale, who is currently the Minister of State.
Yes, why Sabara government?
He has a questionable record as we speak. Yes. And if Nigerian state is really serious about contending or rather confronting this other monster-headed challenge of insecurity in the land, I think such a person should not have been working with somebody that we call now is now the sheriff in town that is going to sanitize the entire security architecture. If he's a minister of state, he will be doing something, he will be working at core purposes with whatever Christopher Musa has as an objective, coming to the fore to sanitize. But I begin to wonder, it's like you give somebody a ram with the rope, you are still holding the rope in your hand. How do you think that that ram will be free? Or does it give you a token that has freely been given to you? That is where.
Mike, are you aware that these terrorists, let me just call them like that, because there are people that are saying they are not terrorists, they are freedom fighters. You should understand that. But, at a point in time, they were even telling the federal government that any attempt to hit their camp have consequences. any attempt to hit, bomb their camp have consequences. Direct threats, directly, not be this
kind of country and audacity.
Okay, look at what is happening now. Do you know that these people are moving from house to house, begging Nigerian youths to join the army? And they say they are not joining. Mike,
One day.
no, there is something wrong. Mike, there is something wrong. You know, it shows that, you know, we are in a failed state. We are in a failed system. We are a situation where the military, the intelligence, the national intelligence can protect or stop, or frustrate a planned terrorist attack on Nigerians. He's not able to do that. He waited until that mission is being carried. Then he began to say, okay, yeah, but who are the people standing for these people in the bank? Where are those money being paid? And remember, Mike, that's what I said it very clearly. All these OPay, AP, EPP, bank pay, and all that, where is their offices? Because most of this transaction is done through an online process.
Not to
I still, but we are here. We can mention how many MDs we have in Nigeria here who are controlling our commercial banks. I think we can mention them. We know their faces. Even though we are not closer to them. But who is throwing OPay and PAP and PAMPay and PAM everywhere? Who are those behind it? And most of 90% of the transaction of ransom paying go through this online process. Mike, it has become a cartel. And the fear is that somebody saying, but I'm not identified whether they like it or not. There are so much elements, sympathizers, you know, mafias. Mike, I told you, when they look at the only shooting of God, but the one that is done invisibly is more dangerous than the one that is done visibly. These guys are in the offices as federal executive council, as vice president, as whatever they call themselves, senators, all that, you know, doing the real job. I listened to Seyi Tinubu, and he said, those who are carrying cow on the street, are they the owners of the cow? Mike, go to what is it called? Where this place, Abimbola, where they do Abacho, where they do this thing. When you reach there now, they will tell you, say, this very one now belongs to Shetima. This very one belongs to Senator Abdulkarim Kazim. This one belongs to this deal. Okay, these guys then run this multi-billion-dollar cow business, not on the ones that are hanging on the trailer. And they take direct instructions. They say, government, forget government, now we be the government. And they are doing it. Because the Lord believes that anything that they said here, whether they like it or not, the time they do their calculation up and down, they will shut it down. And if you don't give them, it means you are not trained to go. You can see what is happening very clearly. No president in Nigeria has come out physically and decisively and said, you are responsible. Most of the insecurity we are having in Nigeria today come from the north. And what are they telling us? Now they have changed it. Well, initially it was Boko Haram. This one not, they now change it to bandits. From bandits now, freedom fighters. Man,
I don't think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has accepted that. Recently, he declared bandits, robbers.
Mike, that's where I have. That's where I'm having problems. Can you check the meaning of bandits? Is it northern bandit or southern bandit? Is it northern armed robbers or southern armed robbers? Who are they? Bola Ahmed Tinubu was not even mention their names. Like you mentioned Apkabio and ESN. That's the only one you know of it. Mention are they not bandits? There are bandits, thousands of bandits everywhere. Are you going to say northern bandits or Boko Haram? Mention them. Then let us see whether you like them for 24 hours.
This is purely security issues, and that's why I differ from my brother here. So if there is anything that we should not play prebendalism, favoritism, nepotism with, it is not about security. So I beg to disagree with the notion of tribalism, the notion of ethnicity, sectionalism, provincialism, that one is northern bandit, one is southern bandit. We should do away with all.
Okay, maybe you don't understand. No, I disagree with you. Don't play with that. I disagree with you totally. But what I'm saying is very clearly. If you listen to Bola Ahmed Tinubu's last broadcast, or the one he few days ago, he was calling bandits and all that. Make understand my statement very clearly. In that statement, the former Zimbabwe Kami was sentenced. I'm telling you, don't tell me this. I'm telling you, is he not aware that there is ISWAP in Nigeria? Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu not aware? Is he not aware there is Boko Haram in Nigeria? Is he not aware there is Wulu or whatever they call themselves in Nigeria? Is he not aware of all these people in Nigeria? But did he actually mention them when he was labeling IPOB and ESN as terrorist organization? Now, coming to the second one, where I'm having reservations that these guys have names. Abi, they say they are ISWAP. They say they are ISIS. They say they are whatever. Not only that, they are the ones that we cannot even mention their name that still existing. But if it is a real thing that you're saying bandit, which is just an infinite thing, you say robbery, robbers, which is occultists. Okay, mention their names. ISWAP, mention their name. Like you mentioned IPOB, mention their name. Number one, ISWAP, terrorists. You mentioned whatever they call the Wulu. If you understand what I'm telling you, it's all about ethnicity. I am not sure, please remove that completely from what I am talking about. And that's my take.
Right, thank you so much.
Can I react to it?
All right.
You see, I look at the entire thing as a Fulani hegemony that has been on ground over the years. You understand? All these grazing routes, where we have lots of issues, where you have, Fulani headers. You understand? It's purely livestock business that is supposed to be, a private business. But we've seen government so interested in wanting to give them grazing routes. It's like you're running a business, not like I'm running a business in a shop. I rent a shop. I pay for NEPA bills and I do other things. But these some people who do not pay tax because it is a hegemony that has been there and it has been allowed to fester. Now it has grown to a point where it has become a monster. Look at the amount of money we are budgeting for security. Do you know what that money would have been done if it is injected into economy? But we keep putting this money into this thing, and then at the end of the day, you get no result. Aisha was saying something. I watched it 2 days. She was saying that the Minister of Defense, Musa, has been warned not to go after the bandits. Has been warned not to go after the bandits. She was just warned by the people that be now in the north now. So he is like, if you notice his body language, he was high spirit when he came up, but officially we can see obviously now that the entire thing is going down, because until we as a country stand to a point where we fight this hegemony to a standstill. You have terrorists who work freely, terrorists who call for peace talk, and they give police condition, don't come with uniform, but they wear boldness, military uniform and police uniform, and they are telling police not to wear uniform, part of the condition to the peace talk, whatever. You understand? So, and then you have an Nnamdi Kanu, you understand, who has not, even if you call him a criminal, has he committed 1% of what these guys have committed? And they roam the street freely. They are doing it on him that. Can anybody say that these people, the girls that were adopted were just, it was a military action that fit them, that brought the... No, money was paid, and which was a criminal offense, an impeachable offense, because that money that was paid as ransom has not passed through appropriation. Every money that the executive should spend must pass through the National Assembly. So that has not passed through a nation. We expected that the president should come and tell us, how was this thing done? Military action, was it done? We are in another country and we are in another country and we don't know how it was done. These criminals are in this country. They have adopted these guys, they kept them in this country. Now you are telling us that these guys have been freed. How? Was money paid? We've seen how people would be, they have abducted people, they will call their families, the family will pay, they will free them. So it means the government has done the same thing. It is an impeachable offense that money was spent that didn't pass through the National Assembly. Where did you get that money? That very money that was used, how did you get the money to pay for the ransom?
You understand? So it's an unfortunate thing, and we keep playing politics virtually with everything. And this monster keeps, growing. It will get to a point that I can tell you we may not even, we will get to a point where we'll have to give up. We need to go decisive. It's a hegemony. It's been there, and they keep daring. They keep daring the government on a daily basis. Government keeps changing service chiefs. They keep strategizing. There is nothing they have not done. And then we can see that these guys remain adamant, more emboldened. You understand? They continue to kidnap. They continue to kill. You understand? That is a failure of government, because the primary responsibility. These guys that have been freed now, should they expect us to applaud them? But I want to believe that these guys should be pass through rehabilitation now. You know what happens to Chibok girls? Most of them came back with children. You understand? They use them as sex, tools. You understand? You understand? And that is what it is. These guys should go through rehabilitation, because what they have seen in their eyes, it will take them years to forget. Some of them will live with it the rest of their life, because government have failed.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. John. I really appreciate your contribution. Yeah, we appreciate our viewers for joining us this morning. We say a big thank you for engaging us. I can confirm some money here. I don't know what this money is meant for. I can confirm the transaction you did to me, Mr. Robert. Thank you so much for that Christmas gift. He sent me 100,000 naira to celebrate Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Robert. Has always been doing it for over 5 years now. That's what he does. We'd always send him money to celebrate Christmas, and nothing less than 100,000. Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Robert. We appreciate you. And I can still confirm 100,000 naira, 200,000 naira or so. Yeah, in my account. Please let us know if you are the one that sent that money. Let us know what we should do with that money. I'm sure the people that sent the money are currently watching us. I will appreciate if you specify the reason for the money. Thank you so much. All right, the comment section. I have Muki Great, the great one. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Baba Yaga, thank you so much. I really appreciate your engagement this morning. Fisayo Majekodumi also joined us. He says, why many of you on stand by now never get crown? It's all about money. And then say, okay, why we never get crown? Why we never get crown? So the issue of honoring somebody with different title is all about money and influence. And that's what Fisaya Majekodumi was trying to say. All right, Apkabio also engaged us this morning. I will say a big thank you to you. Adebo also joined us. Chief Udoze Chima is also here with us. We say thank you to you. GOA, I appreciate you. Not forgetting Clement Okoli. Thank you so much for joining us. We also have Sof Abiono. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate all of you. Please let us know. What the money is meant for. Let me know what the money is meant for. I already know what the one by Robert Uche is meant for. All right, okay. Let me go to the comment section now. I think somebody is responding to us now. All right, Adedeji says 50K for the king. Who is the king? Who is the king? All right, let us know the king. 50K for Mike, the anchor. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Adedeji Oluwadamisi. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. May God continue to bless you. Thank you so much for that great gesture. All right, 50K for the king. Who is the king? Okay, I don't know if the king is if the anchor is the king, or 50K for the king, but I can see 100,000 naira here. What is the remaining 50,000 naira meant for? Let us know before we end the program. All right, and if the person is not available, please let me fit to come online tomorrow to tell us. Okay, 100K for Kule. All right, thank you so much. 100K for Kule. Is Kule still around? All right, 100K for Mr. Kule. his money is meant for Oye's two. Okay, 50k. Okay, 50k for Oye. Okay, sorry. Oh, okay, 50k for Oyeze. Only 50k. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Adedeji Oluwadamisi. I really appreciate you. May God continue to bless you. Please to call me. You have this number in the comment section. I don't know if the number is there now. All right, 2742 0575. If you want to reach out to me, if you want to make any inquiries, 2742 0575 is the number. 091, I repeat, 091 2742 0575. That's my WhatsApp line. I really appreciate everyone. If you're watching for the first time, kindly subscribe to the channel. Also share the program to your loved ones. Let your family know about what is going on at this time. We shall be back here tomorrow with more interesting reports. I'm Michael Adebo, the anchor of the program. Thank you so much for your engagement. Thank you so much for joining us. I say a big thank you to all the viewers that will be watching after this live broadcast. Goodbye. What is it?
Yeah, sorry, I want to appreciate some persons. You know, we have to give honor to whom honor is due. I want to appreciate King Henry. You know, when he visited Nigeria, he visited us here. And there is other anonymous who came and he visited us here. He's a sign of honor. He's a sign of respect. They did not carry the ego on the name that after all they are there, come and visit me in my hotel. You know, all those things. And the other man that came, that bought a phone for Oluwawa. So yeah, bought food for everybody for stand and give us
the last
end of the year party. The brother that joined us on that end of the year party. You understand? So it's a thing of joy. And in fact, I am impressed and I am happy and I feel recognized. You know, yeah, I feel recognized and I appreciate you all for doing that. May God bless you all. Thank you for doing that.
All right, goodbye, viewers. Bye.